Alright, so it is Sunday afternoon. I'm getting dinner started in the crock pot. Tonight I'm going to try and remember to record all of our dinners and some of our breakfasts and lunches this week. I know I keep forgetting, so I record like 3 of them and then I'm like, well, no point in doing a video. But tonight I am going to try and remember, or this week I'm trying to remember. So, I've got my crock pot here. I'm going to put it on high. It is about 10 o'clock. So, and this pork shoulder still is a tiny bit, I think frozen still in the center. So I'm actually going to put it on high for about 5 or 6 hours and then we'll check it. I normally would put it on low if it was defrosted, but we're going to put it on high. So I just got brown sugar in here and I just kind of rubbed the pork shoulder with brown sugar. And then I'm just going to put apple cider vinegar inside and cook it up like that. I might also add some garlic powder, maybe a little bit of broth later, but probably not. And then I'll mix in barbecue sauce at the end. But just gonna get this started for dinner tonight on Sunday. Okay, so I went ahead and I did pour a little bit of the barbecue sauce I'm gonna be using at the end on the top, just a little bit, just for a little extra flavor. And then I rubbed some minced garlic over the top as well. But that is it. So I have got this on high. This crock pot is like looking like a hot mess. Look at this. I need to clean the side of this. It's very well loved. All right, so that's going in here. I'm gonna cover it. I'll check it in a couple hours to see how it's looking. Been about 1.5 hours, so I'm just checking on it to see how it's looking here. I'm gonna actually flip it over. I don't know if that's what you're supposed to do, but I feel like it needs to be flipped over. Yeah, so I'm gonna flip this over and then keep it going. I've got my stuffed shells in the oven. I had baked a bunch of stuffed shells about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. These were out of the freezer, so they're in there baking up, warming up and heating through, and then I'm gonna eat those for dinner. Yum, here are the stuffed shells. So good. I moved my whole living room around this evening. And so I'm going to sit in the living room tonight, which is unusual for dinner. And I'm going to watch some TV. Larry's still at his flight, so it's just me tonight. So tonight we are having some skirt steak that's just been marinating in soy sauce and Worcestershire sauce since yesterday. Sorry, there's jets flying over my house. I got some cheesy rice here. And I'm going to put some broccoli in there, and we're going to have this for dinner on Thursday night. Alright, it is Friday night, and for dinner tonight we are having some chili. This is a chili that I had cooked probably about 2 weeks ago. Cooked a huge batch of it, and froze half of it in the freezer. So here it is. I added a little chicken broth to it today when I turned the crock pot on, but it's pretty much ready to go. Alright guys, so we are back from piano lessons and we are going to be having Frito pies tonight with the chili. I had mentioned Frito pie in a video and somebody said, what in the world is a Frito pie? So I am going to show you. So it's Fritos, literally, like the chips, Fritos. And which is awesome because these are usually what gets left of like those variety packs of chips. Nobody ever eats the Fritos, so usually I just save them and then we do like a Frito pie night. They're really good for walking tacos too. Alright, so then you put the chili on top. And then you top it with sour cream or cheese or whatever. My husband just wants cheese on his. I like sour cream. You can do this with canned chili too. I really enjoy my chili. To toot my own horn, but toot toot. It's not even my recipe, it's my mom's. Actually my great-granddad's, I think, but anyways, it's good. So there we go. And then we'll top it with everything else. Alright, so here is what it looks like. Boom. Done. Dinner. Friday night. Frito pies. Hey guys, so normally I just share my dinners in these videos, but I figured that I would go ahead and throw in some other meals in there too when I can remember. One of my subscribers, Emily, hi Emily, I was kind of commenting back to her this morning and she came up with a really cool idea for like a breakfast crunch wrap, and it got me thinking and I was like, you know, I should share my breakfast meals in these videos too. So here we go. On the weekends we do not eat the healthiest for breakfast. We kind of eat, there's a kind of like our cheat days is Saturday and Sunday. During the week we eat, you know, a little better, or try to. So it is Saturday morning. My husband just ran into work. He has to turn an airplane today. So, but then he'll be home. And then we're going to go on a hike. So, but beforehand, we're going to have a very probably extremely unhealthy meal. So tonight this morning, we're having, there's a like hash brown patties. underneath there. You can do it with ground hash brown too. I cooked up hash brown patties and then like smushed them, topped with chili and cheese, and then eggs. So we'll have this, and then we'll go on our hike, and we'll probably have a really late lunch, or we'll probably skip lunch altogether and be snacking while we're hiking, and then we'll have a dinner. But who knows? We may end up eating lunch. I don't think that it'll be at lunchtime though. But anyway, so this is breakfast on Saturday morning, and the kids are having everything that I'm having except for the chili. All right, so for dinner tonight, we are going to use up the last of this chili, and we're going to do the chili cornbread bake from Shelly's Home Life. So just going to get that at 375 and get my stuff out. All right, there it is. I used a smaller casserole dish than I probably should have, so I put that baking sheet on the bottom in case it like spills over or anything crazy, but it should be good. The cornbread will probably come up a little bit above the pan, but it should be okay. So got my homemade chili at the bottom, layer of cheese, layer of cornbread. And this is the last of my chili I had on hand. I do have a couple cans left. Actually, no, it's not the last of it. I have this right here that we're going to use this week for chili cheese dogs probably. And then we have some canned chili, but this was my homemade chili that I made a couple weeks back. I made a huge batch of it. It had like, I think 2.5 pounds of ground beef, a couple cans of beans, a bunch of tomato sauce or juice, a couple onions, just a bunch of stuff in it. It was good. But I froze about half of it when I made the huge batch. So this was the second half of that batch that we had pulled out of the freezer a couple days ago. We've just been eating on it for a couple days. So but this will be the last of my homemade chili. And I probably won't make it for a while because we've been eating a whole lot of chili stuff lately, and we still have cans to get through. So we're gonna be over the chili thing for a while, I feel. But anyways, so I'm gonna cook this for about 25 minutes and then check on it. It just needs to cook so that the cornbread mixture is cooked through, because the chili is already cooked. In fact, it was actually still warm when I put it in here because it was in the crock pot. I had popped it in the crock pot and turned it on warm this morning. So then it's got cheese, so the cheese just needs to melt and the cornbread just needs to cook. So shouldn't take too long. So we're going to put it in for 20 minutes actually, which is what's on the package of the cornbread mix that I use, which I like the Jiffy one because it's cheap and it tastes good. So, and yes, I realized I could make my own cornbread mix, but I don't have time for that lately. So there it is. All right, so there it is, all cooked up. I know it looks dark around the edges, but actually the chili has come up around the edges, so that's what you're seeing. That's kind of dark, but it is smells so good. So we're gonna dig into it. I am gonna serve it up with some light sour cream. When they have light in the big canisters, I grab it. So yeah, this is dinner on Saturday night. All right, it is Sunday night, and for dinner tonight we are going to be having some loaded potato soup from the crock pot. This is a potato soup I made whenever I made a bunch of those meals that I froze up, like the chili and all that, and I just froze half of it, and I just added this morning when I put it in the crock pot on low some chicken, some homemade chicken broth, and a little bit of cheese, and then I'm just going to serve up some fresh bacon. There is bacon in the soup, but I'm going to make a little bit of extra bacon, sprinkle it on top, and we'll have it with some cheddar cheese and some sour cream. So this is dinner on Sunday night. Go ahead and show you guys, we are going to have dessert tonight, and I did vlog while I was making this. It's a little bit messy, but this is a pretzel strawberry like jello salad. I don't know if I did so well making it because a lot of the jello seeped down below like the cream cheese layer, but I think it'll be fine. So this is what is for dessert tonight.